Tonight at 9, U.S. and Russian officials are continuing talks over a Ukrainian peace deal. We have the details.
And 20 states have sued the Trump administration over cuts of a permanent housing program.
And Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser announced she will not seek re-election.
And Muncie families held a citywide cleanup. We have the details.
And I've got the details on the return of winter weather to Muncie. NewsLink Indiana starts now.
Local news about local people, live from Ball State Unified Media. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Cameron No.
And I'm Noah Lida. U.S. and Russian officials in Abu Dhabi will continue talks today on a possible peace plan for ending the war in Ukraine.
This latest round of talks comes after U.S. and Ukrainian leaders negotiated the framework in Geneva, Switzerland. A senior Ukrainian official said today Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky could visit the United States this month to finalize a peace deal with President Donald Trump. The Trump administration's original 28-point proposal to end the war in Ukraine emerged last week. However, it has been criticized as being favorable to Russia. Zelensky says the latest proposal has proper considerations but fewer points than previous drafts. Meanwhile, the European counterproposal, confirmed to CNN to be accurate by European sources, is much more in line with Ukraine's wishes.
20 states are suing the Trump administration over new conditions and cuts to the Department of Housing and Urban Development. The coalition filing the lawsuit is led by New York AG Letitia James. HUD's Continuum of Care program partners with local organizations to connect the homeless to housing and resources. More than half of next year's funding for the program's permanent housing assistance will be cut. It will instead be allocated to temporary transitional housing assistance with some work or service requirements. HUD will also be able to deny program funding for organizations that acknowledge the existence of transgender or non-binary individuals.
The mayor of Washington, D.C. will not seek re-election after 10 years leading the nation's capital. Today, Muriel Bowser said that while she is proud of her work as mayor, it's time for her to leave office. Bowser emerged as a leading figure in the Democratic resistance during President Trump's first term, but has taken a different approach in his second term, repeatedly insisting that protecting D.C.'s limited autonomy was her priority. During the law enforcement surge, the approach drew criticism from Democrats who felt she should take a stronger stance and resist the administration's tactics. She received praise from Trump, who called D.C. a model for other potential federal deployments in Democratic-led cities.
Saturday was National Family Volunteer Day. NewsLink Indiana's Allison Brannicky took a trip downtown to see it in action.
I'm here in downtown Muncie, where families and friends are meeting for a citywide cleanup effort. Muncie, Delaware Clean and Beautiful is an organization dedicated to service and beautification of the county. They're responsible for community cleanups, tree planting ceremonies, and more. Formed in 1977, the mission has continued through monthly meetings with volunteers cleaning up litter and scraps, even community gardening.
So one of the things I do as president is help us think about what our theme and priority will be for the year. One year we really wanted to focus on beautification and butterfly gardens, and so at our annual meeting we gave away butterfly garden planting kits.
One of the most notable projects is the White River Cleanup, which began in 2007. Happening annually, volunteers have removed over 150,000 pounds of trash. Over 5,000 volunteers have participated in this event, cleaning 135 river miles. On Saturday, 11 volunteers spent their morning covering the stretch of downtown Muncie and were more than delighted to help.
I feel like whatever you put into the world, you get back. So
It's helping hands like these that make the city look a little brighter. In Muncie, Allison Brannicky, NewsLink Indiana.
For upcoming events, check out their Facebook page at Muncie, Delaware Clean and Beautiful.
The Trump administration wants to expand the use of artificial intelligence in federal scientific research. Yesterday, President Trump signed a new executive order to create what is called the Genesis Mission. The project will let national labs under the Department of Energy use AI in working with tech companies and academics. Supporters say the move could improve research in physics, chemistry, nuclear fission, and space exploration. However, there are also concerns about the energy demands that AI technology requires, as well as safety concerns of weaker regulations.
Thanksgiving travel is kicking off with several weather-related slowdowns at airports across the country. A potent winter storm could continue to cause travel trouble across the Midwest and Great Lakes. CNN's Michael Yoshida reports.
travelers flocking to airports across the country as the Thanksgiving travel rush takes off.
I'm just excited to be with my mom and be with my family.
This is expected to be the busiest Turkey Day travel period in 15 years, according to the Federal Aviation Administration. Tuesday is predicted to be the peak day with more than 52,000 flights.
It's going to be a busy week for us. Airports, TSA, FAA especially. For us, this week is our Super Bowl.
By early Tuesday afternoon, more than 2,000 flights had been delayed, many the result of rough weather making its way through parts of the country. In Atlanta, severe storms caused a brief evacuation of the air traffic control tower. And in Houston, low clouds briefly kept planes from taking off and landing. Potent winter weather could also bring further headaches to areas across the northern U.S.
If you look out to the Seattle area, in the Midwest, the Great Lakes, we are going to have some weather, and so if you are traveling by air, I would just ask that you stay in touch with your airline.
For those traveling on the ground, freezing rain and significant snowfall in parts of the north could impact driving conditions too. AAA predicts at least 73 million Americans are expected to hit the road to reach their destinations this year.
Give yourself extra time. Don't just look at the GPS tonight and go, oh, it's only a 5-hour drive. Well, that's right now in this moment, but not during the busiest peak holiday times.
In Washington, Michael Yoshida.
And I know Thanksgiving is right around the corner, but I'm really just hoping we can hold on to that warm weather just a little longer. I know weather's supposed to get a little rougher, but I'm hoping, especially for air traffic and just anyone traveling in general, that it gets a little bit better.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm driving home tomorrow, so I'm hoping I can make it safely and the roads aren't too bad. But let's hear from Joe for our first look at weather.
Yeah, not gonna lie, Cam and Noah, it's gonna be pretty messy tomorrow. But focusing on right now, current temperature is 53 here in Muncie and 53 in Indianapolis. Look at that cold air starting to make its way into Indiana. You're gonna see that happen over the next 12 hours. Temperatures plummeting, 53 degrees at midnight, going all the way down to 36 degrees by 9 in the morning. It's gonna be a chilly wake up. But I've got the details on snow chances tomorrow, windy driving conditions, and that Thanksgiving forecast in my full weather.
Coming up, a pair of foul birds received presidential pardons from the Trump administration.
And one country music legend has announced her entry into the truck stop market.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Julie was always a voracious reader. She'd carry 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour ride. And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read, and she'd have to go back and read it again.
I don't remember much these days after I read, but less does for me, and I love it.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Welcome back. Turkey is served at countless homes on Thanksgiving. But in Washington, D.C. today, justice was served for 2 turkeys to receive a presidential pardon. President Donald Trump did the honors in a decades-long tradition at the White House.
Are you ready? Gobble. I just want to tell you this, very important. You are hereby unconditionally pardoned.
Waddle also received a pardon. The two birds were hatched last July in North Carolina. Up to today, they spent time preparing for the moment by getting acclimated to big crowds and bright lights. The birds will head back to the North Carolina State University campus to live out their lives there.
Dolly Parton is a country music legend, actress, philanthropist, and businesswoman, and now she has a new venture, a travel stop in Tennessee. Dolly says that the concept came to her after years of life on the road touring. Specific design details have not been revealed for the rebrand of the Tennessean travel stop. However, it's described as a southern hospitality destination where family road trippers and truck drivers alike will feel welcome and comfortable to rest and recharge before getting back on the road. Dolly's Tennessean travel stop will be located in Cornersville near the Alabama border. It's expected to open early next summer with more locations planned for the future.
Yesterday marked the 8th consecutive day where the national average of gasoline was up on a year-over-year basis. It represents a big swing from earlier this year when pump prices were 30 cents cheaper than the same point in 2024. But experts predict cheaper prices may be on the way. Today, according to AAA, the national average for regular gas stood at about $3.05 a gallon. That's a tick lower than last year at this time. Projections have the average national price at the pump dropping to $3.02. That would tie for the lowest Thanksgiving price since the pandemic in 2020.
Actor and performer Donald Glover is opening up about a health condition that made him cancel his world tour last year. Glover told fans at a show that he suffered a stroke during his global tour after 18 shows. He said he went to the doctor after having a bad pain in his head. Glover also said that not long after the stroke, he had another serious health scare when doctors discovered he had a hole in his heart. He said he had to have another surgery. Glover says he wants nothing more than to bring the show to the fans, thanking them for their love, privacy, and support.
We've got a busy day of weather tomorrow. How's that going to affect your travel plans and your Thanksgiving? Find out after the break.
After his wife passed, my neighbor Larry started drinking a lot. He was in distress and acting out. He had guns around, and I didn't want anything bad to happen. I pressed pause. Our local authorities filed a firearm restraining order to temporarily remove the guns. It gave Larry the time he needed to get help. It wasn't easy, but we got through it together. Learn more at illinois.gov/pause to heal.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus!
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back. We've got a busy forecast, so bear with me. Current temperatures right now, 53 degrees in Muncie and 52 in Anderson. Similar story across Indiana, 53 in Indianapolis, 54 in Terre Haute. Like I mentioned earlier, here comes that cold air starting to make its way in. Those temperatures are going to plummet tonight. 36 degrees for your low this evening. Showers going to be throughout the area. Winds coming from the southwest at 10 miles per hour. Again, those winds are going to pick up as we go throughout the evening. And then those temperatures, they're just going to keep getting colder as we go throughout the day tomorrow. 36 degrees in the morning. With these temperatures getting colder, that rain is going to convert into snow throughout the day tomorrow. By noon, it's going to be 35 degrees, and 5 p.m. down to 33 degrees. The main story, besides the flurries and the cold temperatures, is those wind wind gusts as well. Gonna knock your car around on the highway. West-southwest, 25 miles per hour peaking there. Taking a look at precision cast, we're going to take a look at why all this is happening. So up to our north in Minnesota and Wisconsin, there's this low pressure. It's going to be making its way across the Midwest. I'm going to stop it here at 4 o'clock because this is going to be a very important time. This line of rain right here, this is going to be the cold front. That's that boundary between this fall air we have and the cold air that's coming in. That's going to move through, and then the lake effect snow is going to start coming off of Lake Michigan and making its way into Muncie around 11 in the morning. Some scattered snow showers here and there. Just a whole mess to our north in Michigan. Wintry mix, snow, rain, all the above. And that's so going to continue as we go throughout the day. Here's 1 a.m. on Thursday. Again, nothing here in Muncie, but that lake effect certainly still there to our north in Michigan. And like I said with that tomorrow forecast, that wind advisory is going to be in effect tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. all throughout the day. Wind gusts, sustained winds, 25 miles per hour, gusts up to 45. I'm going to track that out for you now as well. Here's 4 a.m., right when that front moves through, 27 miles per hour in Muncie and 29 in Anderson. Winds are going to really pick up as we go throughout the day tomorrow. 41 in Muncie, 43 miles per hour in Anderson. Those winds are going to continue to just batter those cars around all day before they start to die down as we go into the evening hours. Here's Thursday morning at 7:30, winds on the calmer side. In addition to that, we've got these wind chills, and they're going to be cold. 39 degrees in Muncie, 32-degree wind chill in Marion. Going to dip down all the way into the low teens as we get into Thursday morning. Here it is at 10 a.m., 15-degree in Muncie. Good Thanksgiving morning to you. It's going to be a cold one. But so we talked about the conditions on the roads. What's it looking like in the air? I've got you covered on that as well. Right now, it's looking pretty good at Indy Airport. Cloudy skies, that early morning rain, 53 degrees. And then as we take a look at airports across the country, similar story. I suspect O'Hare is going to go downhill as we go throughout the next few hours, and that system makes its way in. But airport's looking good right now on delays. Thanksgiving's coming up, so of course we got to talk about that football forecast. Start you off in Detroit, 37 degrees, light snow throughout the day. Wind's going to be breezy though, 25 miles per hour. Got to cheer on my Lions back at home. Dallas going to be much nicer, 60 degrees, sunny skies, winds coming from the southeast at 5 miles per hour. No chance of rain there. Baltimore, better than Detroit. 46 degrees, partly cloudy skies, and winds coming from the west at 10 miles per hour. But we're going to bring it back to Muncie, gather around the dinner table, and take a look at that forecast. 33 degrees, mostly sunny skies for Thanksgiving, so just bundle up. Going to be sunny outside. Overall, going to be a nice Thanksgiving, just definitely on the colder side. 7-day forecast, pretty active 7 days. No chance of return on Saturday. 35 degrees on Saturday, 37 on Sunday. Dipping into the 20s by Monday for 29 degrees. Lows are going to be in the teens and the 20s throughout the week. So Cam and Noah, unfortunately, fall, say goodbye to fall. Winter is here.
Darn, I knew it was coming. Wish it wasn't, you know. But I will say, with Thanksgiving coming, it just means Christmas is also right around the corner, and I love a holiday where you get to eat. So anything like that, I'll take the cold as long as there's a good holiday coming.
Yeah, I'm sad to see fall go, but I'm excited for like the winter flurries and the pretty Christmas. Thank you so much, Joe. Of course. There's lots more to get to on NewsLink Indiana. Michael Ball has a preview of sports.
Thanks, Cam and Noah. Multiple cards were honored for their success in the classroom, and a look at the NFL Thanksgiving matchups. All this and more next in sports.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing we do to keep us focused.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game?
To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health.
Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health.
Find the resources you need to keep your mental health a priority.
Love your mind.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Make moves, set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up, stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things. This is pre-tirement.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff. You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Michael Ball with sports. A member of the Ball State women's basketball team has won a MAC Weekly honor. Senior Bree Salabine was awarded MAC Player of the Week after notching a double-double last Thursday in the Cards' win against the Cincinnati Bearcats. Salabine will post a career-high 26 points in this matchup to go along with 10 rebounds. The guard would also shoot 50% from the field while notching 5 assists and 3 blocks. The senior is currently averaging a double-double this season through her 5 starts. Salabine and the Cards will be in action again on Friday, November 28th, where they will play Pittsburgh in the Thanksgiving tournament. Kicking things over to the pitch, 5 players from the Ball State women's soccer team were named Academic All-District for their hard work this season. Delaney Ahern, Delaney Caldwell, Addie Chester, Annika Klaus, and Emily Roper were all awarded the distinguished title by the College Sports Communicators. The CSC takes into account a player's performance in the classroom as well as on the field to decide who is granted this honor. Players who maintain a 3.5 GPA while featuring in 90% of games or starting in 66% of games are eligible for this title. Caldwell, Chester, and Roper have all received this award multiple times, while Ahern and Klaus are first-time winners. Passing things to the gridiron, NFL fans are in for a triple header on Thanksgiving. The first of 3 matchups will see the 7-3-1 Green Bay Packers take on the 7-4 Detroit Lions in an NFC North matchup at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. The last time these two teams faced off, it was the Packers pulling out the win in Week 1 of this year with the final score of 27-13. Following that, the 6-5 Kansas City Chiefs will take on the 5-1 Dallas Cowboys. Both teams in this cross-conference matchup are fighting for a playoff spot as they rank 10th in their conference as the season nears its end. And to wrap up the night, the 3-8 Cincinnati Bengals would take on the 6-5 Baltimore Ravens. Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow will make his return to the field after suffering turf toe in a Week 2 matchup against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Switching it to the international world of baseball, Los Angeles Dodgers superstar Shohei Ohtani plans to play for Japan in next year's World Baseball Classic. The 4-time MLB MVP made the announcement on social media last night. Japan won the last iteration of the tournament over Team USA in 2023 when Ohtani was named tournament MVP. The World Baseball Classic, which begins March 5th, is played before the opening of the Major League Baseball season. The tournament consists of 20 different national teams from around the world. Ohtani returned to pitching this last season with the Dodgers after an injury that kept him off the mound in 2024. The Japanese phenom helped Los Angeles win its 2nd straight World Series title this past season. I don't know about you guys, but I am excited to watch those games on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's always fun, especially at my house at least. There's always a game on during Thanksgiving, and that's not going to change ever. I feel like they might not be as interested this year just because it's not the Colts, and obviously we're from Indiana, so they're always rooting for the Colts. But I'm still going to sit down and watch it with my family.
Yeah, I feel like we always have the football on in the back,
Correct.
but I don't really know if anyone ever really watches it, but maybe we'll actually watch it this year.
Yeah, and there's some good storylines heading into all the games individually as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Michael. Coming up, Stephanie Weaver has your campus coverage.
Plus, we will have one final look at your weather.
My son Ricky took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me in ways that I never knew that I could be broken. And I contemplated suicide. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe. Store your gun securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo.
Mom was always organized, but she started forgetting to pay her bills on time. And she'd buy the same gifts over and over.
Telling the girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was really hard.
At first we had our cries, but then we were like, okay, let's make a plan. Early detection gave us time to adapt together.
It's so important for you to think about what you can do and making the most of what you have.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back. My name is Stephanie Weaver and this is your campus coverage. The Ball State Health Building has many hidden gems inside. Mannequins, hospital beds, VR equipment, and other training equipment are all used for simulations that nursing students participate in.
Tummy hurts.
Infant, child, adult, and senior mannequins are each used for different types of possible real-life scenarios when working at a hospital.
We have mannequins that represent different cultures and diversities, different age groups. So we have infant mannequins that cry and wiggle around, all the way up to geriatric mannequins that have wrinkles on their faces and age spots on their hands and feet.
Two of the most expensive and technologically advanced mannequins include a mother-like robot that can simulate giving birth and a pediatric robot that can make facial expressions and move from the neck up. These, among around 50 others, are in some type of hospital-designed space with a control room connected. Staff inside the control room can change vitals, control movements, and give voice to the mannequins.
I can't breathe right.
This space has a one-way view. Whoever is inside the control room can see out, but not the other way around. This helps prevent distraction. A simulation normally lasts from about 20 to 45 minutes, with the increasing and decreasing health of the mannequin patient.
This is Kussmaul's respiration.
Afterwards, there is usually a debrief to go over what happened in the simulation and to talk about the emotions that occurred throughout.
I can learn about it and read about it in a textbook, or you can talk to me about it, but until I actually go practice that skill or do that, or go through that scenario or see what that case study looks like in real life.
Former students have expressed that these simulations have helped them in their field of work. Members of the community can volunteer to pretend to be a patient's family member or other bystander in the simulation. If you're interested in helping out with the simulation, email cohvolunteers@bsu.edu. Now, I was like, okay, those mannequins moving, kind of creepy, but also really cool.
Yeah, both my roommates are nursing majors, so I'm definitely gonna have to ask them about it. We all have to drive home tomorrow, so I'm not excited for the cold, but I'm excited to bundle up because I feel like it's just so comfy.
I'm actually driving home tonight right after this show, and I'm a little nervous for that just because I already don't like to drive at night, and it's just gonna be chillier and colder, and I'm just not really in the mood for that anyways, but I am ready to get home. So thank you so much, Stephanie. Let's give it to Joe for one final look at weather.
Yeah, travel conditions are going to be a little rough tomorrow, but taking a look at that Thanksgiving forecast, 33 degrees. Aside from that cold, going to be a pretty nice day. Mostly sunny conditions. You're going to be waking up to wind chills in the low teens though, so definitely bundle up when you're going to your family's house. 7-day forecast shows lots of cold temperatures well below that average of 48 degrees. 32 on Friday, 35 Saturday. There's no chance to return before making their way out by the start of the work week. Lows are going to be in the 20s and teens throughout the week. So, like I mentioned earlier, winter is here, and the good news is we're so close to break.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, no, I am. I know we're going on Thanksgiving break right now. We have a week back of school when we come back, but I feel like now that I'm leaving, I'm checked out and I'm ready to be done, but I am excited for Christmas
Yeah,
coming
I'm
up.
excited to have a break from classes, see my family, eat some turkey, but thank you so much, Joe.
Yeah, of course.
That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Have a great Thanksgiving and happy holidays, and be sure to join us back here next semester.
And for news anytime, anywhere, just go to cardinalmediabsu.com. Have a great night and stay safe.